Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're piecing together the visions of the world's top AI pioneers, trying to build a single story about where this all is heading. We're going to look at how AI is set to redefine not just our computers, but, well, our reality itself. This right here, this is the dream, isn't it? This is the North Star driving so much of AI development. It's not about making a faster calculator. It's about creating a true intellectual partner, a machine that doesn't just compute, but can actually reason and research and discover insights with the same kind of depth as the greatest minds in history. Okay, let's dive into this. So the first big transformation is happening right now as we speak. It's a fundamental change in how we get information, moving us from the world of search we all know to something completely new. For 20 years now, we've lived in the age of the search engine. You type in a question, you get back a list of blue links. It's basically a map pointing to potential places to find your answer. But the work of actually finding it and putting it all together, that's still on you. We are now, very quickly, moving into the era of the answer engine. This is where the AI does all that heavy lifting for you and just gives you a single, synthesized answer.
You know, this exact idea, this is the entire paradigm behind companies like Perplexity. Its CEO, Arvind Srinivas, wasn't trying to build just another search engine. His goal was totally different. It was to deliver trustworthy knowledge directly. A whole new philosophy for what we actually need from the internet.
So how do you build trust in these new answer engines? It's a huge question. And the inspiration, fascinatingly, comes not from the web, but from the super rigorous world of academia. Just like a research paper or even a good Wikipedia article. The idea is that every single claim should be backed by a source, a citation that you can go and check for yourself. This is what grounds the AI's answers in reality, and it's absolutely crucial if we're going to trust them with our biggest questions. Okay, let's move to the next act, because the revolution doesn't just stop at our screens. The next frontier, it's about changing how we interface with the digital world itself. We're talking about breaking down the final barrier between our thoughts and our actions. Now, I know this sounds like pure science fiction, but it is happening right now. Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, is right at the forefront of this, pioneering what are called brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. And this moves AI from a tool that we type at to something that we could actually merge with. So the system is basically a super high-tech translator. A robot does the surgery, implanting these tiny, flexible threads that can weave around blood vessels. These threads then listen in on the electrical spikes from your brain cells, your neurons. Then the AI's job is to decode that incredibly complex neural language, figure out what the user intends to do, and turn that intent into a digital command. To really ground this in reality, this isn't just theory. This is the direct experience of Nolan Arboff, the very first human to get a Neuralink implant. Nolan is paralyzed from the shoulders down, and for him, this technology wasn't just a small improvement. He called it a superpower. He said it felt like digital telepathy, opening up a whole world that he had lost access to. And this isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable world record-setting feat. 8.5 bits per second, or BPS. That's the standard for measuring how fast you can control a cursor with your mind. Nolan's performance nearly doubled the previous record for any BCI device. He's now playing video games, posting on social media, all of it just by thinking. And this is where it starts to get really, really profound. Nolan's achievement is just the very beginning. The long-term vision brings up this question from Elon Musk. What happens to humanity? What happens to our capabilities when the bandwidth of our minds is no longer limited by how fast our thumbs can move or how fast our voices can speak? It points to a future that is almost impossible to wrap your head around. So, we've gone from information access to brain-computer interfaces, but the ultimate ambition for AI, it's even bigger than that. It's about using this powerful intelligence not just to interact with our world, but to understand the fundamental operating system of reality itself. The most stunning, just jaw-dropping example of this is coming from Google DeepMind. They're using AI to decode the incredibly complex language of biology. and they're using it to solve some of the oldest, hardest problems in all of life sciences. The pace of discovery here is just staggering. In 2020, AlphaFold solved a 50-year-old problem, protein folding. Just 4 years later, AlphaFold 3 can model the complex dance between multiple molecules inside a cell. You can see how fast this is moving. AI is going from decoding the individual parts to understanding the entire machine of life. The philosophy behind all this success. It comes from DeepMind's CEO, Demis Hassabis. He believes that because biological systems are the product of evolution, they aren't random. They have a hidden logic. And that built-in structure is exactly what a pattern-finding machine, like AI, is perfectly suited to rediscover. This table really shows you the true endgame here, using AI as a brand new kind of scientific instrument. And the ambitions, they're to tackle our most profound questions. Can we build a digital twin of a living cell? Can we search through billions of molecules to discover new medicines? Could we even model the conditions of early Earth to figure out the origin of life itself? These are the kinds of grand challenges that AI is now being aimed at. Okay, wow. So we've gone from better search results to mind-controlled computers to literally simulating the fabric of life. That's an incredible trajectory. So what does all of this mean for us, for humanity? Well, the optimistic view, which you see here from Google CEO Sundar Pichai, is that this is a moment of liberation. Just like past technologies automated physical work, this revolution will automate certain kinds of intellectual work, and the hope is that by freeing us from all that cognitive drudgery, AI will unleash a true renaissance of human creativity, letting us focus on the stuff that makes us unique. Just think about everything we've seen. We're building AIs that can reason like Feynman, that can give us abilities that feel like telepathy, that can help us unravel the oldest mysteries of science. These systems are mastering logic and calculation and pattern finding, and in doing that, they force us to ask a really important question: what's left? And this quote from Aravind Srinivas, I think it just gets right to the absolute heart of it. It makes a critical distinction. We might be able to build an AI that can answer any question you throw at it with the brilliance of Richard Feynman, but that is not the same thing as creating an AI that has Feynman's curiosity, that innate, foundational desire to ask the questions in the first place. And maybe that's the ultimate takeaway here. As AI gets exponentially better at providing answers, our uniquely human role might shift. The most valuable skill may no longer be solving the problems, but finding them. That human spark, the curiosity, the wonder that kicks off the entire journey of discovery, that might be the one thing AI can't replicate, and the very thing that becomes our most precious asset. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.